Greetings, wild ones. Welcome to paradise. I'm just going to talk about raw meat to vegan diets, one extreme to the other. Raw meat, raw vegan. Which one do you choose? I got a lot of attention several months back from raw meat eating people from my video Vegans Will Bring Forth Heaven on Earth, and I did that video because I actually really do believe that vegans probably will bring forth heaven on earth, because if you're going to be honest, meat is murder. And I'm not saying that vegans are a saint or their plant eaters are better than anyone else. No, far from it. I come from a family of hunters. My father was a deer hunter and an abalone diver, crayfish diver. I was brought up in what I could describe as a fisherman's hut, and I was given raw oysters as a baby. So all my adult life I've had a, what's it called, fetish? No, not fetish. Hunger, desire, I don't know what you call it. No, craving, right, yeah. Craving for raw oysters. And when I first came to the Cook Islands, which is where my mother's from, I was first introduced to a dish called ikimata, and that is actually raw fish that's been marinated in limes and lemons for so long it's virtually like it's cooked. And the dish itself is the most delicious dish you could ever have if you're like a seafood person and you like fish. It's absolutely divine, this raw fish. It's so delicious. And then they soak it in coconut cream and coconut milk, and this is caught wild. This fish is wild. They, in the islands, they where I am now, they go out in their boat and they just use what they catch that day. If they haven't caught anything, it's not going to be on the menu. It's not like mass factory farming, which we have back in the modern world, the Western world. It's all factories and factory farming, and that's what I'm against, is the factory farming and mass factory farming abuse of animals. It's not necessarily against the consumption of meat, although that plays a big part. If you want to end suffering, then you kind of have to think about that. And anyone that wants to bring heaven on earth, like seriously wants to do that, you really do have to think about these things, because quite possibly it is still a big contradiction. Now, I'm not saying that plant eaters are perfect. I'm in transition. I'm trying to go vegan. Like I said, I come from a family of hunters, but ever since doing my intentions, write down my intentions to bring forth heaven on earth for the benefit of all, to love or exclude none, I have really seriously had to think about this, okay? I've had to really be conscious of what I'm doing. And say, well, what am I actually doing to bring forth heaven on earth? It's not, a lot of people think that that have done the blood over intent magic spell, they think it's an escape. They think they're going to go to the centre of Mother Earth and escape the hellish environment that a lot of the world consists of. And to be honest with you, I actually don't believe that. I don't believe, and if it is true that there's a centre and there is a place, if you're not in alignment with that, what makes you think in 100 million years you would even be accepted? But aside from all that madness, if it is for real, and 144,000 people do go to the centre, they're not coming back. And to me, that's a selfish act. I've got children here that need me. I've got animals suffering here that need my help. There's only one of me. There's 144,000 of you. What are you actually doing to help the billions of people and other creatures on this plane that need your help? Don't you think that it'd be best that you stayed here and be the warrior, the guardian that you're supposed to be, protecting Mother Nature, protecting the innocent, protecting the children, protecting the animals? Don't you think that's what you should be doing if you are, or if you think you are the chosen one? And just because you've done some spell doesn't make you qualified to automatically to be that if you're not actually in alignment with that. So that's just my rant about about this subject, raw meat. And people who eat the flesh of raw lamb and raw cow and drinking the blood, are they any worse than me for eating raw fish and having raw oysters? But I was brought up on that. That's a traditional dish. If you were brought up in a native tribe to drink blood direct from the animal, the cow, the pig, the lamb, and eat its raw flesh in a native environment, and you were brought up on that as a baby, then I guess that would be okay. But we're not. We're in a modern world. Most of us are Westerners. We do have a choice. I have a choice. I'm trying to consciously evaluate the choices I make, and that's all my videos are about. Awakening people, awakening myself. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do or what not to do. It's your body, you can do what the hell you like with it. I don't actually care. But what I am going to say is talk about is my own experiences and myself and how I felt on this earth plane, and express that the best way I can. And but before doing a video about vegans will bring forth heaven on earth, I've never actually heard of people eating raw meat. That's something that they do in the Antarctica and Eskimo tribes. Why? Because there's nothing else. They have no other choice, otherwise they'd die. An American guy in America does have a flippin' choice, and chances are the meat he's getting is from some tortured, abused animal. I've eaten raw fish, but it came from the wild, fished from the wild. It wasn't factory farmed fish. I've stopped eating salmon because I found out that it's they're messing around with the salmon. They've gone and crossbred it with beef or something, and then they've gone and put all dyes and chemicals in it. The salmon used to be my favourite dish, as well as ham. Sliced ham used to be my favourite. After my awakening, I can't do any of that. So I've even gone off raw oysters now, and all I've got left now is the raw ikimata fish, which is a treat for me now. But that's you know, I won't be touching that either for a while. But for people who are trying to, they understand right from wrong, they understand the suffering of animals, they understand the abuse, because maybe they've watched Earthlings, they've watched these documentaries. I could never get through one of those documentaries. I'd start crying, it would be too traumatic for me, and then I'd feel like shit after. But I've woken up enough to know in myself what's right, wrong, and I'm trying to make those changes. And you know, not because I want to go to the centre of the earth and Antarctica, and I'm closer to Antarctica living in New Zealand than anyone else is. I could probably go tomorrow if I wanted to, but anyway, I don't know how long this video is going for. It's going too long, so I'm just going to wrap this up. Those were my thoughts about that. And people that drink the blood from cows and promoting the blood drinking more to the point of so-called organic grass-fed cows, and are they vampires? Does that make them vampiric? And is it any worse than eating raw oysters? So if anyone wants to comment, they're welcome to. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Love you all.